Kim from Kim Dixon Creative. I am so happy that you're here today. I am here today with a project for a collaboration with some of the design team members from Not2Shabby. And I am creating a Christmas card using the stamp of the month from Not2Shabby for July. All of the collaborators in this hop are using a product that one of the July products for Not2Shabby. And so I am this month on the design team for the stamp and die set of the month. So I decided to use this cute little bear to make a Christmas card, and I'm going to make a fun fold Christmas card. I'm a sucker for a fun fold card. I love that. It helps you take a very simple image and elevate it up to something that looks a little more spectacular than what just one little colored image would do. So I do like that, and it uses a lot of pattern paper. And I'm speeding through my coloring here. This is all the coloring I'm going to do. I'm going to color this little bear up, and I'm almost done with him. So that little bear has been stamped on a piece of Express It blending card that is cut to 2.5 by 3.5. Now I'm taking some Delicata silver ink. I got this from Michael's a long time ago. I'm sure you probably can still find it. And using the little snowflake stamp that's on the stamp set and just adding a little bit of a background. I felt that little image had a little bit too much white space. This gave it a little bit of interest without being overpowering. I want that little image to be the focus. I'm going back in with a gray alcohol marker and just coloring in a little bit of a shadow under my bear so he's not just flying up in the air. He's looks like he's actually standing on the ground now. And so on the inside of the card, you also have another piece of 2.5 by 3.5 card. I went ahead and just used a little piece of Express It cardstock. Wasn't necessary since I'm not alcohol marker coloring, but I used it so that the whites would match because there are different shades of white. You can have two different types of cardstock and the white's going to look different. So I wanted it to be the same. So here's the little note card section of the card, and you're actually putting this together backwards. So your base on this is cut 8 by 3 and scored at 4 inches. That's the red piece. And then the little green piece is cut at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then the inside sentiment card that I just showed you is 2.5 by 3.5. So you see it folds backwards than what you're used to. So hang on, you'll understand in a minute. Now these mats on the outside are cut exactly the same as the ones that I just told you. And then your little bear image that we colored up is going to go on the outside of this backward note card. Trust me, it's all going to make sense in just a few minutes. Okay, so now that we've got the note card done, it's time to get the base of our card done. The base is cut 8.5 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5.5. You're going to have it's going to be like a landscape side folding card, A2 card, but your top is going to be cut a little bit short. So we're placing our colored mat on the front, and it is cut at 2 3/4 by 4. And then our pattern paper is cut at 2.5 by 3 3/4. You notice all of the dimensions are 1/4 of an inch less as we go, so that you have an 1/8 of an inch border around your all of your mats. So that's the front of the base. I just refilled my glue and it's getting everywhere. So now we're going to put the inside mats down. The inside solid mat is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then you have your pattern paper that's cut 3 3/4 by 5. We're just going to glue those down, again centering to where you have an 1/8 of an inch border around. So a little bit about the collab that we're doing today. It's all members of the design team for Not2Shabby, and we're using the products that were released by Not2Shabby in the month of July. And I'm using the stamp of the month. Unfortunately, this stamp is no longer available, but you can go over to the Not2Shabby shop and sign up for the stamp of the month and stamp. And you can also have a stamp and die set of the month, but you can sign up and have it delivered to your house once a month, every month. You'll never miss it. So you saw that I glued that little note card. Once I got the mats glued down, I glued that little note card to the center of the inside of my card. I'm going to open that little note card back up. I stamped it to where it looked like I forgot to put Beary in the sentiment, and so I just drew with my memento marker. I just drew a little arrow. Let's decorate up an envelope as well. So I pulled out an envelope, and I'm just going to use one of the other Bear stamps in the set, and I'm going to stamp it in the bottom left-hand corner of that envelope. It's just a little bit of something to tie the envelope to the card. It's not necessary, but I'm extra that way. I will likely, when I give this card to someone, go back and take a piece of the scrap paper that I have of that polka dot paper and put it somewhere on the card. I may cover the back flap or just put a strip of the paper on there. And so there's the card. It is a lot of fun. It's very easy. It's very quick. And so your note card closes. I did it wrong right there, but there we go. The note card closes on top of the outside flap. So it's the one thing I might do differently is I might put a little magnet in there because that cardstock's pretty heavy, and that would be cool to have that to stay closed with a magnet, but it's not necessary. I am so happy that you decided to spend a little time with me today. I hope that this card inspires you to create something today. Whether or not it's like what I did, I don't care. I just want you to go and be creative. I believe that the Lord has created all of us to be a creative being. And so I think there's something that you can do to be creative. It is good for your soul. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would be so honored if you would do so. Like and share this video if you found value in it. Thanks again for spending some time with me today. Have a great day. Bye.